from Miami, but I ended up growing up in this like community in Weston, Florida, which is very perfect. And like, I'm so blessed to have a childhood there. It's literally a resort. It's the most beautiful land on the planet. It's carved out of the Everglades, and it's just like all country clubs and golf courses.
Nice.
And yeah, I was one of 3 brown people. The other 2, my sisters.
Yo, Real 92.3, LA's new home for hip hop. It's the Cruz Show. We're here. Hard Eyes, the movie in theaters now. Gigi Zumbado is on the Cruz Show. Let's get it, Gigi. Yo, Gigi, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, you feeling good?
Yeah.
Feel good about the movie?
Yeah.
You know why I feel good about the movie? It's rated R.
It is rated R. Bringing back rated R.
Let's
Offending
go.
people, you know, pissing off the crowd.
100%. Let's offend people.
Let's make them cry.
Let's make them cry. Let's scare people. Let's make sure people can't sleep at night.
Get some dirt on their skin.
That's what I'm
Toughen
talking
them up
about.
a little bit.
I think that's what a good horror movie is. Rated R.
Rated R.
Right? Because PG-13, all right, no disrespect, right? No shots, but like, all right, so you're trying to sell it to teenagers. Right. Nah, rated R, you got to sneak into that bitch. You feel me?
You gotta sneak in. Hoodie on. Maybe your mom takes you, maybe not. My mom took me to some rated R films.
Really?
Yeah, my parents did too. I was watching like Goodfellas, Scarface as a kid.
Yeah.
I did grow up on Scarface. My dad was like, you need to learn today. Today. You're going
this
to
is
learn.
our culture.
Yeah. This is about the land of our people. Right?
That's my dad.
Yeah.
Mom brought me to Jackass. Mom brought me and all my friends. We were too young for when Jackass 3D, that big one, came out.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
Well, Garcia and his sons were jumping off of their roof.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the
Of your
difference
own
between boys and
jackass.
girls, right? Like, so I let my boys watch it, and they want to repeat all the stuff that they did there.
Oh,
They're
I just
hitting
wanted
each
to
other in
date
the
them
nuts.
all.
They're jumping off the couch. They're, throwing flour in people's faces. But see, you probably behaved wisely after that.
I loved it. My mom was like, what am I doing? She now loves naked men, grown men running around.
She
was
loves
a lot
people
of-
hiding Hot Wheels in their butts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There was a lot of like balls and peen, right?
I didn't like the animal stuff. Anytime they involved an animal, I had a hard time with that.
Yeah.
That was
That's
that was
kinda
my
weird.
limit.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
that's where I fast forward.
That's where I was like, we could have left
Checked
this
out.
one out, guys. But I do love a wild boy.
That's right. That's right. Hard Eyes. It's a Valentine's Day massacre. Right? It's about a serial killer who comes back every Valentine's Day and he seeks out couples to kill them. And he's got a pretty cool mask. I can see that mask blowing up, by the way.
I know, Halloween. Nobody's
Yeah.
going to go dress up as Monica.
Maybe.
You know what?
Your
This
character's
Halloween,
Gigi's
I will
character,
dedicate Monica
You're
as
going to
my
go Monica,
costume.
some snakeskin
Yeah.
boots, just like
I got
cheerleader
you.
of your friend.
So when you get the script or you get the call, is it an immediate yes? You have to read it. Do you have to be talked into it?
This one, no. This one was really fun. This one, I read the script, and the original script, these writers, Michael Kennedy, these guys, Chris, they're insane.
They
We
know what
had to
they're doing,
cut
right?
out so much. Like, there are so many things that are cut. Originally, Monica's boyfriend, her sugar daddy, was 90 in a wheelchair.
Oh,
and
my God.
and she left him out in the hallway. And I remember Allie's character's like, did you just leave him in the hallway? And she's like, he loves the hallway. Just would roll him out. It was that big for her and her sugar daddy.
Oh my
And there
God.
was other lines like Devin Sawa's character, the detective. I don't know if he's Hobbs or Shaw. I can't remember.
Oh,
One of the male detectives.
Yes.
Is he Hobbs or Shaw? He's one of those. His lines were cancelable, which I love. Because again, we're trying to bring
need to
back
bring it up,
cancel
right?
culture.
Yeah, let's
We're
mix it
trying
up.
to offend people these days. But they cut so many of Devin's lines because they were just bad.
Maybe not.
They were bad. They were bad. We got some F-bombs in there. We got the R word was not allowed to stay in.
no.
How
No.
many different versions would you say if you had to say there would be of Hard Eyes?
From the start
Yeah.
of the script, what we got, it was changing every day because everyone also on set had such great chemistry. So I think Josh just let us play around and whatever hit.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell what the writers envisioned, and I really respect that. And I love that they let us read that original script that was balls to the walls, will offend the world. And so knowing that and knowing that they were going to edit it down, they let us just have so much fun. So it was a different thing every day. Just
So you still
playing.
got to say some of the stuff.
Did I make it?
You didn't make it though.
And it's rated R, but that's the other thing. I was
Yeah.
talking to Jordana and Devin about it the other day, and we're like, it's rated R. it's not PG-13. I say go for it because even if Devin's character is supposed to be some bigot out there, those people exist.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
exist. You can't just
unfortunately,
shield
yes.
the world from
That's right.
not saying the F word.
That's right. I think that's what makes it more real, right?
Yeah.
To see
Yeah.
people
That
that
is-
we
it's a
were
shock
annoyed
factor
by,
thing.
or that we hate, or that we don't agree with.
Can't pretend that's not out there.
Yeah.
You can't pretend that those people don't offend you that way. Just it's what it is. So I did really respect that of the original script. I think they kept it more fun, but there's definitely a director's cut I want to see of this.
Man, I know, right? Let's have a screening of that one.
Josh,
Yeah.
Ruben, come on.
What kind of movies were you into? Were you into horror films?
No, I was not. My parents did not let me, like, I was not allowed to watch, like, PG-13 things even. I remember I watched Crossroads and my mom, like, overheard what they were talking about. I was like, turn it off.
Crossroads with Britney Spears?
Yeah, I loved that one. That was my first PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
But no, I did like Jackass. I loved funny things. Like I was allowed to watch rated R and stuff if it was comical. Never slashers. Not about murder. Raised on Dude, Where's My Car. We probably watched that once a week in my house.
My car, class.
But my dad, they had it like queued up for us. That like I remember, and I think I was an adult when I finally saw the Kitty Cat Club scene for the first time, like the strip club scene.
Yeah.
I watched that whole movie, but we knew as kids when they reached into their pocket and found the matches that said Kitty Cat Club, we had to click skip. And then I remember they would be leaving the strip club, and I never knew there was a whole strip club scene until I was like 21 and watched it with my sister Carmela.
Like, where
and
was
we were like,
this?
what the hell? That stripper has a penis? I have not seen this part of this movie.
version?
I had no idea.
No, literally, I feel the exact same way because, like, growing up, my parents, like, if I was watching, like, anything with them and there was a sex scene, it was, like, automatic.
Well, I
like,
do that
skip. And I
now
was
with
just
my
like,
kids, right? Like I
Yeah.
just fast forward,
Of
you know?
course, you skip it. You still give them the good, but they don't need to see that.
Yeah, we're watching La Bamba, and there's a few scenes I gotta.
Oh my God, love. Is that Isai Morales?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lou Diamond
Legend.
Phillips.
Yeah, legendary.
Classic, right?
Good
I
one.
always thought Lou Diamond Phillips was Mexican.
Oh, he's Filipino.
He's Filipino.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, learned something new on the Cruise Show. Great.
That's what we're here for.
Offended. What?
Wacko's pissed.
He's pissed. In Hard Eyes, do you know how much, or the amount of blood they used for this movie?
A lot.
A lot.
I didn't see it, but I would text Olivia and be like, hey, you want to get brekkie tomorrow? You want to go get a drink? And she would be on set like 3 a.m. and send me a photo, or like in her bath. I'm not kidding. And she would just send me like the most miserable photo, and her bath and her are just covered in blood. And I was like, I forgot we're shooting a horror film.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, yeah, she would go home and she would still have blood all over her.
Yeah, there was like a day that she had me. As I'm hanging out in New Zealand, and Mason and her are running around town, like actually working, and I'm having a field day, having a ball. I was going to not Top Golf, but they had like a little mini golf right by my hotel. I was having a great time. And I kept wanting to hang out with them, but they were busy working. So one day Liv was just like, okay, come to the house. Just, you want to cook dinner for me and Mace because we're exhausted. Mason had to go shower. I was at her house, I think, before she even got there. She popped in the shower, and I just was like, okay, put some Bad Bunny on her TV and made a nice meal for them. And like 3 a.m. is when we would get to hang out finally. And they'd be exhausted, and I'm just pumped up.
Yeah, you got all this
Ready
energy.
to hang,
ready to hang, ready
You're
to
like, you
big
guys want to
kick
go
it.
clubbing right now?
Like, so what are we up to tonight, guys?
Where are we going?
I know, right? What we doing?
They're exhausted and would come home covered
Yeah.
and drenched. And like, I don't know if they have talked about Mason actually, like had to get like stitches in his hand. One time he went through a glass door. He was like he was supposed to like open a door to like chase after Olivia and like the
Sure.
Hard Eyes killers after them.
Yeah.
And he had so much momentum. He broke through the actual whole door to the police station. It's not a stunt. Shattered his hand, and they used it, and they had the Hard Eyes killer just walk through that broken, shattered glass. But he got tore up. We were all hanging out the next day, and every hour Olivia would change his Band-Aids.
Nah.
And we were at a casino. We literally went to a casino
Yeah.
in
That
New
looks
Zealand.
so sketchy. In
And
a
Olivia
casino.
is just like,
Yeah,
okay,
right.
come
Like,
here,
what's
let
up
me
with
clean
this
it.
dude? Right? Yeah.
And we went, and she would change his bandage like every hour.
Oh my
So
God.
when you're watching the movie, just know that scene is like legit.
That is real. When he goes through the police doors, that he broke the entire glass and shattered his arm.
With movies like Hard Eyes, you have to throw yourself into this movie, right? No matter what role you're playing, right? Whether it's the funny person, or it's the person that's always scared or screaming, or the person that's about to get killed. Usually that's a black and brown person, or black or brown person.
Always first.
Always first. But you have to throw yourself in that mix,
Big
right?
time.
You have
It's
to become
exhausting.
it.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I mean, that's what we love. We love our jobs. We live for this. So
For sure. I feel like with horror movies, the end of a movie has to be really, really good, or else that's what people hang on to, right?
I hope so.
If it's good or bad. Are you happy with the ending?
I would like to say I'm very happy with the ending. And I think everybody should watch the whole ending.
Yeah.
Including all the credits, just to give everyone, credit.
Yeah.
Just watch all the credits.
So are you saying there's more after the credits?
I don't know. Maybe.
There could be. You have to watch.
You have to
You have to watch. But
Yeah.
I think the ending is
Oh, I love that.
gorge.
Yeah, that's what it's
gorge.
about, right?
It is, for real.
When it ends really good, you're like, fuck yeah.
And then you set yourself up for the next 2 or 3,
3 sounds nice.
Yeah.
3 sounds good, right?
3 sounds good. I'll
It'd be
take 3.
down.
You're like, I look at like the 3 check.
I'll take 3. Okay.
You feel me?
It sounds like you guys were super close.
Yes.
Like, I mean, hanging out at casinos,
that's
cooking
cool.
at 3 a.m. And
Yes,
how were they to
blackjack
work with and
tables.
hang out with, Olivia and Mason?
Olivia and Mason are the best people on this planet. This movie felt like a gift just to get to have 2 new best friends in my life. I adore them. I adore them. I love them. They are family forever. My mom and dad are obsessed with them. My sisters love them. They're the best. I met Mason before we filmed, like 2 months before, or 2 or 3 months before, at a friend's birthday. We went camping together.
Oh,
What the heck?
My friend's Tanner's birthday, and we went camping, and I met Mason and hung out all night with him, and my sister was there. And then I booked this job, and I was like, we already went camping together. We already spent a night together.
Let's do
Let's
this,
go
right?
hang in New Zealand.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the best. He's also Cuban.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh wow.
his middle name is Cuba. He's Cuban.
that's so.
I didn't know. I just thought it was a cool
he's
name.
part of the Cuban family.
Yes,
No, he's actually Cuban.
he's actually
We've had
Cuban.
Mason up here before.
Yeah, I was telling her walking
No,
her
he's
over
a
here.
good
We had
dude,
him
man.
on Book
He's the
Smart.
best.
Yeah.
He's the best guy. He just posted a whole Hard Eyes post. I was talking to him when I was walking in here. I was like, God damn it, Mason. I wasn't even going to post anything, but he posted like a whole sentimental. He like wrote out handwritten letters to each
I saw
cat.
that.
Can you believe him? What the hell?
That's a good man.
He's a great man, but what am I supposed to do
Yeah,
now?
and you're like, now I feel bad. Like, what the hell? Like, I didn't
wasn't
get you
even-
anything.
I posted a video of Olivia in a drunk in a limo singing Nicki Minaj. Like that's what I posted. That was my Hard Eyes
That's
post.
your vision. That's your version of
Mason
a
had
handwritten note.
hard- like,
He knows what he's
handwritten-
doing, man. He's trying to be
That
dreamy.
kid,
I
yeah.
see him, man.
He's too smooth.
I see him with the glasses on. You feel me?
I
The turtlenecks.
know.
Yeah.
I see what he's doing, dog.
The
The turtlenecks.
Mason. He's the
Mason.
Who would you say is the most like scaredy cat on set between you guys?
Mason. I think
Yeah.
Mason's the most like his character too. That romantic guy, sweetest thing. I was sick in New Zealand, and he brought, like, we had just become friends, and I got a call from the front desk, and because he's the best, because it wasn't like a creepy, I'm gonna bring this to you and like make you stress while you're sick and disgusting coughing up. He like dropped off soup, flowers, lemons, like fresh lemons, tea. I just met him.
Whoa.
Like just became friends.
So
like,
he's love bombing right away.
it's so scary. It's scary. He is Hard Eyes.
That's
It's all a setup. Watch out, Gigi.
Yo, it sounds like he wants to be more than friends.
No, he is my brother. He's the best.
Yeah.
But he
No,
really
he's a good
is
dude.
like, me and Liv were saying, we're like, what's the catch?
Yeah,
What's up
like,
with this
there's
guy?
something that has to be wrong with you.
He's the
Is that
best.
what? Is
See,
that
that's
what women think?
negativity, ladies. That's negativity.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Why
So
can't he
raised-
just be a nice
vibe.
guy?
He's
you
a
know?
good guy, raised really well by his
That's right.
mom. Shout out Sarah. He's the way that you can tell that she just like instilled a respect for women into this kid. He's the best. I love that kid.
Oh man,
That's awesome.
There's some good men around.
Don't not if you talk to my dad.
Your dad thinks they're all 80,
Like, it's
but
fake. It's fake. He's Cuban. It's fake. Run.
fake. He is a good dude. And no, listen, the movie's great. Looks crazy. A lot of blood, a lot of screaming. Dark humor's involved. I love that, right? Rated R, like we said, right?
Good
now,
stuff.
where did you watch the final cut of the movie? Have you seen the final cut?
Yeah. Well, the final cut, I saw. I think it was in November when I saw it, and I was
Yeah.
very proud of it. And it's a really fun time.
Were you at home or did you
No,
go
I went
somewhere?
to Sony. They had me and my friend Luke went over, and they showed it to us, and I was so proud to
Proud,
see
yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the coolest thing I've ever done. I am so proud of this. I've worked really hard at this, and to be considered in a film with these big names, Jordana Brewster and Devin Sawa. Oh my God, I had a poster of Devin in my room. Probably would have with Mason and Olivia too at this point. I was honored to just see my name on that call sheet with those names. Crazy, it was so cool.
Yeah. Are you going to watch it this weekend somewhere?
I'm going tonight.
Tonight, let's go.
Are you going to sneak in and watch it like with the crowd to see the reactions, that kind of stuff? I love when actors do that. So cool.
We've been doing some pop-ins around LA. So, buy your tickets and maybe you'll see me and Olivia come pop in and scare you a little bit.
Is it true that you have a music degree?
I went to school for music business. I lasted a semester.
Tied.
I actually got drunk for the first time. I literally went to a party and it was my first hangover ever because I was good in high school and didn't drink. When I went home, I drove home and I was sick. And my mom was like, I started crying. I had a panic attack because Fuse was on, that network Fuse.
Yeah.
And they were playing a live, not live, but they were playing a whole Rolling Stones concert. And I remember Sympathy for the Devil came on and I stood up. I was so sick, but I stood up and I just was like, I started crying because I was like, I had a panic attack that I was never going to see all the Rolling Stones alive. And I had an actual panic attack. And I went upstairs to my mom and started crying. And she goes, what are you doing? Why are you in school? And she was like, if this is really what you are stressing about, she's like, this is not for you. She's like, because she didn't know I was hungover, but she knew something was wrong. She knew I wanted to leave. I went to school in Boca. She was like,
were you microdosing? Or?
No, I think it was like the first time I ever drank alcohol. I was so good. And I hated it. I hated the kids. I hated classes. And she was just like, you're this stressed about not seeing Mick Jagger alive? And she's like, I think you're in the wrong place, baby girl. And she's like, what are you doing? Who are you trying to prove this to? And she's like, she's never was like demanded me going to school. And she was like, move to New York. And I dropped out of school and I moved to New York.
Wow.
That's brave for a parent to say because like we're going through that right now. My oldest son's about to go to college and all my wife thinks about is he's not going to be here. He's not going to be here. So for your mom to be that willing to let you live is pretty amazing, man.
I was frustrated because the school that I went to was just like where I grew up. I'm from Miami, but I ended up growing up in this like community in Weston, Florida, which is very perfect. And like I'm so blessed to have a childhood there. It's literally a resort. It's the most beautiful land on the planet. It's carved out of the Everglades and it's just like all country clubs and golf courses.
Nice.
And yeah, I was one of 3 brown people. The other 2 my sisters.
The other
2 sisters. But then I went to school in Boca Raton, which is the same exact thing. Didn't get in anywhere else. Literally did not. And so I went to Boca for school and it was the exact same thing. And I was miserable. Miserable. And my mom was just like, what are you doing?
Man.
Stop. She's the best. She's a baddie.
How cool, you know?
She's cool. She goes to mosh pits with me. She came to a show out here in LA. We went to the Wiltern for La Dispute. I don't know if you guys know that band, full screamo poetry.
Okay.
My mom is sick. She took me to Green Day. She's obsessed with Green Day. She's awesome. She sparked my love for music.
Wow,
No,
I
she
love
can-
That's
that.
amazing.
She's
Yeah.
really
Have
cool.
you guys
Your
gotten
parents-
like a tattoo together or anything like that?
I got this alien because she promised me she was going to get an alien and she won't do it.
She backed out. She backed out.
So now I have it and I'm like, Mom and I are supposed to get aliens and then Dad and my sisters and I, we all want 4th and 1. My dad's a big football guy. And anytime we're struggling in life, he's like, girls, it's 4th and 1. What are you going to do? And we all are like, go for it. So we went.
Your parents sound cool, man.
Yeah.
They're cool. They're the
cool.
best. They're very,
Very
very
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Cubans. They're
So how-
wild.
Cubans.
How did it go from college then to transitioning to what you're doing now? Like how hard was that journey? Maybe some advice to people that are watching.
I think my biggest advice I can give to anybody in any creative field or in any field in life, to not compare yourself to other people's. You cannot compare your journey. So many actors ask me what I did, and there is no answer for that. It's not the certain classes. I never took any classes. It's not your connections. It is just not giving up. The only way that you know you're not going to make it is if you move back home, and decide that you couldn't do it. You never know when the right role is going to come for you. I got this as a fluke. I was not trying to act. I wanted to be in music engineering. And my sisters were pursuing acting. So, of course, I was like, I'm not going to do that. And they both got an audition for Pitch Perfect 2. And, like, they had Atlanta agents. And me and Maricela, the middle sister, were obsessed with that movie. We loved Pitch Perfect 1. And she was freaking out. And Carmela had a date. And so Carmela was like, I'm not missing this date. I'm not going to go to this audition.
Yeah.
And I was like, call your agent. I'll go. I literally was like, I'll go for you. Tell her I'm a better dancer than you. I'm also Latina. They needed Latina dancers.
Right.
And I was like, ask your agent if I can go. I'll drive with Madi. And we drove to New Orleans and both of us booked it.
Wow.
That's
and
crazy.
then that was it. And then they invited us to the premiere out here. And Carmela, the one that wasn't in the movie, was like, okay, we're going to get a publicist for the weekend. And you guys are going to walk the carpet and we're going to meet with agencies out here. And like Carmela just went mom mode and milked it. And we all three got signed with an agency and stayed. And we literally never left. And my mom shipped us our stuff from Florida.
Wow.
And we got a studio apartment. And we lived in a studio apartment, 3 sisters in their 20s for a year.
Whoa, okay.
That was rough.
I can imagine the arguments, the sister
That
arguments.
was crazy.
Yup, crying.
It was crazy.
A lot of crying.
It was crazy, but it worked out. And we're all very lucky to, all three of us act out here. And
What
are
a
very,
blessing,
very blessed.
right?
Dude,
Very
what a
blessed.
story, man.
Yo, that's
amazing.
insane. How
so
that
cool.
just happened. The universe just brought that together.
Just gotta say yes. You just gotta do things, you know?
Gotta say yes.
Gotta say yes.
I love how you told your sister, tell them I'm better than you.
I am better than her. She is a meeky dancer. She is very shy when it comes to dancing. Everything else, she's not. I mean, you see her at the club and you think she's the best dancer, but if it's like a dance audition, she
Yeah.
gets big anxiety.
Yeah.
It's like too many like notes at once, and she was just like, I don't want to do this. And her date was very hot, so I understand.
Right.
I respect it.
Is
Are
she
you
still with
him? Yes.
No, I wish. I wish, because he
Damn.
was a very beautiful
Yeah.
man from
Why-
New Zealand.
Why didn't you get with him? Because he was with your
that
sister?
one. I didn't meet that one. No, Carmela is so weird. She's actually pushed off some of her exes on me. It's weird. It's like she loves someone so much that she'll be like, you should date them. And I'm like, Carmela, no, that's weird. She's like, no, he didn't like me, but he'd probably really like you.
Whoa.
That's wild.
She does. She's done it to even Olivia from
Yo.
this movie.
What the
She's like
heck?
met Olivia and she's like, Olivia, you should date him. And I'm like, Carmela, stop. Stop doing this thing where you put the guys that you're dating onto other girls that she thinks are more deserving. I don't know. I don't know why she
Oh,
does it.
yeah.
She
just finds something wrong with them and pushes them off
She
on
gets
somebody
the
else.
ick. Maybe she gets the
No,
ick about
she
gets
does
the
not
ick
get
and
the
says,
ick.
"There you
I
go."
wish she got the ick a little more. She does not. That girl, I don't think there's an ick that can come her way. She loves everybody. But she's so caring. She's such a big sister that like if
Yeah.
she meets a really good person, she's like, Gigi,
There you go.
he's really good. You should date him.
He's yours.
Yeah. I'm like, no, ick. No. No way. No
Well, you got a
way.
kick-ass family. You got
Yes.
a kick-ass story,
Thanks.
right?
You
This
guys are
movie kicks
kick-ass.
ass.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I'm going to see you guys all at.
Yep. Favorite scene in this movie, right? Is there a scene in Hard Eyes that you look back and think that's where it really takes off?
For sure. I think, I was just talking to my mom about it because she just watched it. I'm not in this, but Olivia's monologue to Mason on their date, or it's not a date, it's their work meeting. That girl just like lays it out thick and hard about how brutally honest she sees guys in the world, and I respect it, and she just crushed that scene. So that's when I feel like, and you see Mason's reaction, that's when I get invested in the movie. Pretty early on.
Yeah.
But I like it. They're good. They're incredible together.
Let's go watch it, guys.
I
Guys,
can't wait.
come on.
Honestly, like I
Have
really
you
want
not
to watch it.
seen
Do
it?
this.
Group outing.
No, we have to go
guys.
see it with everyone else.
Wacko. You haven't seen it?
Wacko's a movie guy.
What the hell? All right, tonight. See you guys later.
Yeah.
But we
We know
gotta
where to
see
go.
it. We're gonna
Yeah,
see
we
it.
gotta
Yeah.
see it.
So we can continue spreading the message.
Amen.
You feel me?
Amen.
That's right. Gigi, thank you very much for
Thank
stopping
you
by. We
guys for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Hard Eyes in theaters now. Let's go.